Live up above Lake Arrowhead. I know you've got this, Chip. What do you think?
Paul, I don't want to say again I'm speechless, but this is important. This is a big deal. Take a look. He's fully loaded. I forget exactly how much he carries, but I want to say it's 100,000 gallons, but we need to check on that number. But he is loaded. He's talking to the folks on the ground. That's a quarter-mile of rain right there. That's a lot of Foscheck right there. They're talking to him. They're trying to figure out where the best spot to put him in for his first run is. But, you know, he's coming in, and this is going to take a few minutes. He's just entering the fire control area. We're probably 5 or 6 minutes from his first drop. But, you know, you look at the power of that, what that aircraft can do, and this is going to be a big, big help for this fire. If the people on the ground knew he was coming, I'm sure they'd be clapping. This is going to be a significant dent in this fire, but it's going to take a while to get set up. Paul?
Yeah, did you say that what is he going to drop? He's going to drop Foscheck or water?
No, that's Foscheck. That is all Foscheck, Paul.
All right, so that's good because that can really help them stem the tide even come tomorrow and when the winds might kick up. He's circling now, so he's about 5 minutes away, Chip?
He's here, Paul, but it's taking him a couple minutes to get set up. He's just entering the fire control area. They're going to move the helicopters out. They want to move the S2 tankers out. Those are those small twin engines. The P2's going back to Fox for more Foscheck. He's just flying. You know, they see the camera. He's right underneath us. That is the smaller lake that's just west of Arrowhead. He's coming into the areas. I just looked out my window and saw him. He's about half mile from the fire. He'll probably do a dry run and then hook up with lead Bravo 5. But there's a lot of traffic right now trying to figure out where the best spot to put him is. But you can see those flaps. He's down and dirty. The flaps are out. He's doing for him, which is very slow, about 150 knots maybe, 140 knots, and that's, excuse me, that's about as slow as he gets. That plane does not like to go slow at all.
Let's explain for people. Down and dirty is, you know, what it means is he's got the flaps down, he's got everything extended he can, and he's going about as slow as he can. That's down and dirty in flying talk.
And Chip, the actual Foscheck or what he's dropping is coming out of tanks on the under part of the fuselage there. It doesn't come out of an extender or a boom out the back, right?
Yeah, you are absolutely correct, Colleen. That's absolutely right. He's got special provisions that are on the bottom of it. They're almost spouts. A very strong microcomputer, you know, up to date. This Millennium microcomputer, you know, that plane was built in the 80s, that controls that drop. He has a lot of control over how much Foscheck, how long, how thick, what kind of coverage. But for now, Paul, I'm being told we're going to send it back to you and Colleen in the studio.
Well, okay, we'll just look at this for 1 second. Can you imagine Chip flying that thing? I mean, as heavy as that is, as low as he's going to get, and that payload he's got, this guy has got to be really good at what he does, because when that thing drops, the whole flying characteristics of that airplane change.
Well, Paul, he's basically a test pilot. This has never been done before. That aircraft is designed to fly at 40,000 feet, everything tucked up, not down and dirty as we talked about, and cruise for many, many hours at altitude. The riskiest part of flight for that airplane is the takeoff and the landing, and this pilot is going to spend 90% of his profile, 90% of his flying time in what they call the curve, the dangerous part of the flight, doing this kind of work, low level, slow, very dangerous. That man flying that aircraft is absolutely a test pilot.
All right.
All right, we'll continue to follow that for you. In the meantime, we have video just
here. Or is he going around? He might have missed the spot. Oh, into the smoke. There he goes. Making the turn into the smoke. He's completely in the smoke. There's no way he can see it. There it is. He went right through the smoke, unable to see. That's a lot of Foscheck right there. Look how long that drop is compared to what we're used to seeing.
And you say that this has never been done before this way with this plane?
Up until this plane, there's a 747 that was built for this type of work. We have not seen the 747 do its work. We have only seen the Tanker10 here do what it just did. Now, you can tell he dropped much higher than he normally drops. Stu got off the plane and got the Foscheck. See how that's still falling? It's still getting misted out. It's still getting thinned out, reducing the coverage, the wind spreading it out. Had he been able to get about 100 feet lower, he probably could have made a more effective drop and set more of a line. We see a lot of red forest under there. That's of course the line that we set with the Foscheck, but it was a long way down for that Foscheck, Paul. It got thinned out, got very misted. He was not able to get as low as he wanted to, but that is a big deal, Paul. As far as fighting this fire goes, fire will not make it down that valley. That little valley that he just covered with Foscheck, that is not going to burn.
Man, I'm glad we got that. Boy, am I glad we came back to that and saw it live, Chip, huh?
Well, you know, it's almost a little exciting that we're getting these aero resources back in the air. We're going to start knocking this fire down, start start kicking its butt. We need to knock this fire down and stop it. And it takes air attack to do it. And this fire's been winning through the day, and we need to put this fire in the losing column is what we need to do, Paul.
Well, they're trying, Chip. Thanks a lot for your help. And again, you saw it right